This isn't like any Shokz headset I've used before. Hey there, this episode of Some Gadget Guy is brought to you by viewers like you, the incredible people who share content across social media, and the amazing generosity of my patrons at patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. More info on those awesome nerds later in the video. All right, the folks at Shokz sent me these to test drive and review, the OpenMeet UC, which is a new business headset with an open ear design. I'm a huge fan of bone conduction headsets, and you've probably seen me sporting the older Shokz OpenCom in live streams and during interviews. OpenMeet is their newest headset, and it's really different. The OpenCom was similar to the other sporty headsets that Shokz sells. It's a simple spring steel band, goes behind the head around the neck, and there's a bit of tension clamp to the pads just in front of your ears. OpenCom, built on the same frame as their sporty earbuds, just adding a little boom mic that can swivel down. OpenMeet is a wholly new design. I'll be honest, it felt really flimsy as I was taking it out of the case. The way that pieces fit and move and adjust, it's rattly when you hold it in your fingers, but it's kind of magic. I mean, it needs your skull for everything to sit still. We move from a behind the neck band to an over the head band, and the arms slide up and down to adjust for the height of your head. So many clever bits. There's this open fold of rubbery material at the top that adds some cushion. Then there are these adjustable pads on the sides that lightly press against your head to seat the drivers in front of your ears. And Shokz includes different sized pads so you can adjust how much pressure the band exerts. I stayed with the smaller pads that came pre-installed, but moving up to the bigger pads wasn't uncomfortable. It just felt a little snugger. And then we get to these new drivers. They're bigger and they have some wiggle to the assembly so that, again, when you hold the headset, they kind of rattle, but then you press them up against your head and everything seats in place. I believe that wiggle helps them angle and adjust to the contours of your face, and I think that helps minimize some of the vibration feeling bone conduction can sometimes buzz, while also better minimizing sound leakage to people around you. Also, on smaller bone conduction drivers with that clamping, you might start to feel that pressure more acutely in front of your ears. The larger surface area on the OpenMeet spreads that pressure out. It's already really light, and there's more padding. The headset connects over Bluetooth or with a USB dongle. Like gaming and other business headsets, it's handy that you can pair with a mobile device and easily switch over to another computer when you want to. Now, these are headphones, so it's important that we chat about how they sound. Bone conduction has a different priority than other earbuds and other headsets. This is for someone who values situational awareness. You need to hear what's going on around you. You want to be able to hear what's happening, and you want an open ear feeling. People who don't like their ears blocked will really enjoy how this performs. But the way we transfer audio through the soft tissue of the skull, it's not a solution we often point to for top-tier audiophile fidelity. That said, this delivers a nice open sound. It's the most speaker-like solution I've heard yet from bone conduction, nicely articulate, and with respectable lows that don't get muddy or overly dull. I really like the upgrade to this mic. Also, this entire video was recorded on the OpenMeet over the USB dongle and recorded on my Surface laptop in Audacity wirelessly. I've only done minor adjustments to levels. Otherwise, this is what audio sounds like right out of the headset. Shokz estimates around 15 hours of audio playback and up to 14 hours of call time. I was not able to tank them in a day, in a sun up to sundown day of use. For folks concerned about longer runtime, they charge really fast. You take a break from your desk, and plugging them in for 5 minutes can deliver an additional 2 hours of runtime. Now, I was hoping these might show up as a USB audio device when plugged into a computer. Sadly, that is not the case, but they can be used while charging, which is kind of a big deal for some wireless headsets. A lot of them will shut off when they're charging. Connected to my phone and to my PC, they kept running when I had them plugged in, which basically eliminates any remaining battery anxiety. It isn't that charging though. This just uses a standard open USB-C connector. Other Shokz headsets use this kind of proprietary 2-pin magnetic connector. That's what helps them maintain a higher water and sweat resistance on the sportier headsets. And you can totally tell. This was one of their sporty headsets they added a microphone to. This was built specifically for office use. There's not the same expectation that you're going to try and take take this on a triathlon. But that's the fun stuff when we're reviewing gadgets. I've been a fan of Shokz since the earliest Aftershocks days, and over time we've seen some nice evolution to their sporty open ear headset idea. You get a vibe and you expect the company is going to keep iterating on that idea. So when something fresh comes around, it really stands out. This one really stands out. It's a good, light business headset, a significant change up from their previous offerings in the space, very well accessorized out of the box, and it's not repurposed from other headsets, but built ground up for this specific use case. All the benefits: open ear, they stay cool on your head, they're really light, they're not fatiguing, in a more comfortable frame. I hate being tethered in my live streams and video calls, having headphones connected to an audio interface or having some kind of cord pulling me right here. So you'll probably see these on my head in future videos. It's maybe the nerdiest high praise I can deliver in a review like this, is that I am very much looking forward to using them in other applications outside of just shooting this review. Oh, I will, of course, drop some links down below in the description for more information on the OpenMeet UC and where you can shop these bad boys online. I love digging into different pieces of audio gear, finding the right audio tool for the correct audio job. If it's practical, if it's entertainment, if it's business, if it's podcasting, if it's live streaming, audio is my first passion. And the folks who get to see the results of my testing first are my incredible patrons. All of the people over on patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. This list of names scrolling by on your screen, these are the people that are helping to keep the lights on in the Gadget Lab. A huge thank you from the bottom of my heart. These videos, reviews, editorials, articles, they would not be possible without this community's support. And they're basically the coolest tech pals in the universe. So I hope you'll check them out. I hope you have the means to check out patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy and consider joining that community. Now, you know where you can find me around the rest of the internet, at SomeGadgetGuy, basically everywhere. But these days I'm trying to spend a bit more time on the Mastodons, a lot less so on the Facebooks, Instagrams, Threads, definitely not on the Dumpster Fire site, and I will catch you all on the next review.